Alright. And made a decent amount of progress. Did some side quests, did some of the side hunts. But yeah, nothing too extreme, basically. So we're looking to pick up where we left off. Last time we did some Final Fantasy, we destroyed, boy, what was it called? The Drake's Breath Mother Crystal. So that was kind of eventful. Did a little revenge quest with Jill. She ended up killing, I don't know, she called him father, but I don't know if it was like biological or if it was just, I don't know, some kind of other ulterior relationship. But it was interesting regardless, I suppose. But her plotline and everything is all settled out now, so now she's fully committed to the cause, I suppose. Not that it really didn't seem like she was in the first place, but I guess even more so now. Also, that was really fast. Jeez. Loaded right up into the game. So once again, I did a lot of the side quest stuff. I took a look at a lot of the shops. There are still a couple like additional things I could take a look at. All these little markers here have some kind of, not necessarily side quests, but you know, some of them are shops, obviously, and upgrade station. But there are others, like we saw the lore girl. She could bring you up to speed on what's going on, I guess, if you're lost. There's information that you can give to some old guy over here, and he updates your lore index. So a lot of lore stuff. I don't really know what the... Oh, you know what? That's in Clive's chambers. Maybe we should go check that out, since I actually didn't take a look at that before. There are...
You give that rotten sod exactly what he deserves.
There's like a trophy wall, I think. But I don't know what kind of trophies we could put up there. And then there is the reading table, which I guess was there. You get letters in from people, so maybe there might be something interesting there. But that before we get into anything major here, I suppose. Oh my god. Quite a few things. Here, I'm probably going to need to bring this up on the main monitor. I was just checking to see if everything was looking good, but I think we're all good here. Everything is looking fine. My Lord Marquess, I ask again for you to forgive my men for your welcome back at the Lazarus, but certainly you can understand that you were the last person any of us were expecting to see at our gates. In the short time since our reunion, you have shown yourself to be the self-same man I followed into Stillwind those many years ago, true bearer of your father's legacy. If only Sir Tyler, the Lord Commander, and all the others who were lost on that night were still with us to see how bright your flame now burns. To you and your cause, I hereby pledge the swords of the Guardians, and am proud to stand alongside you once again. Good old Wade. Kind of met him during the last stream. Another one from Gav. All quiet in the Dominions, and the Dalmecs and the Imperials are at a standoff. They snarl at each other, fangs bared, like slum curs, but neither wants to make the first move. It's almost as if they both realize what a stinking pile of chocobo shit they've stepped in. If I were a man to lay a wager, I'd put my copper on this conflict not playing out anytime soon. This will keep you apprised. Or by any other name. Oh, that's one of the things I did. One of the only major, like, side questy things was, there was one that just kind of, like, popped up at random. I think it was at Martha's Rest. And some guy was saying, there's a white chocobo out there I need you to get. So I'm like, alright, whatever. We'll go check it out. But it ended up being Clive's chocobo from the prologue of the game. So now we have a chocobo that we could ride on the overworld, which is pretty nice. I don't think you can get into battles with it. You can definitely escape them fairly quickly while you're on, but it's kind of interesting. Forgive my insistence on writing you these silly letters. Would that we had more time to speak to each other in person. But for every day we spend together, it feels as though we must suffer another two apart. I am gladdened to hear your most unexpected reunion with Ambrosia. That was the name of it. Or should I say Whiteheart? You told me once how your chocobo sacrificed herself to protect you on the night of the Phoenix Gate. And here, so many years later, we find she has spent her life doing the exact same thing, defending others. Some things never change, do they, Clive? And an apple a day. Lad, from the yard ran up a basket of martels just this morning, sweet as honey and crisp as morning breeze they were. Told myself I was only going to have one, but I reckon if no one else listens to old Otto, I don't have to either. You let Nigel and his lot know they've done a fine job. Was the time you'd catch none but Sid's, supping on these? I was trying to think, what is that related to? Supper? Eating? What for their foul bite? But for him, it never were about the flavor, but about what they represented. Our ability to make it our own. And look at us now, Sid would be proud. I think that was one of the other side quests I had to deal with, I don't know, growing trees, something like that. Sid was eating apples at the beginning of the game. Okay. So, alright, well, these all have things to do with stuff that's happened in the game. So far, this is the only one that's actually a main quest. The oath, created on the day Clive pledged allegiance to Sid. His crystal shard transfixed with twin daggers is a powerful reminder of the promise they made, a friendship forged, and a legacy inherited. And those are the apples. Somewhat stunted, somewhat sweet apple grown from the blighted earth thanks to the dedication and perseverance of one woman, Martel. Though she was to lose her life from the wounds she sustained at Kupka's attack in the hideaway, her legacy lives on in the saplings she saved from the ruins. Oh, wasn't where she died. Truth be told, I did skip through a lot of the dialogue for the side quests, so might be some stuff even I missed. And Ambrosia's tack, saddle, and blinders crafted specifically for Clive's childhood chocobo, Ambrosia. Even after being separated from her master, the noble steed served the people of Rosaria in his stead, protecting the defenseless from the merciless, just as a good shield should. Alright. And I think that's about it, all of it. It's all the catching up we need to do. We just rearrange some stuff here. But otherwise, we are ready to get into it. So we make for Rosalith.
Fortify the castle gates at once.
Boy, they got in quick.
Hugo and his men have been busy. They've already breached the castle's outer wall. The Imperials are holding the ground for now, but it's only a matter of time before the keep falls. Those fuckers really went to town on this place. Almost like they want to wipe it off the map.
Just a means to an end.
All this for one man? They didn't have to go so far.
If you keep your wits about you, I reckon you can make it up to the castle without raising the alarm. I'll sniff out any townsfolk who haven't escaped yet and send them on their way.
Be careful.
Likewise. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
I thought I was ready for this, but...
I know. It's like a nightmare. This was our home. Come on, Clive. We have to keep going.
And we're good. That'd be known. Capital Punishment. How you doing tonight? You've been playing a bit of Final Fantasy XVI yourself? There was an update today. I heard, I don't know what all is in it. I didn't look at the change log, but I heard that there was, yes, a motion blur setting. Let's knock that down a little bit. Maybe, I don't know. Let's see how 2 is. I don't think I want to turn it off completely, but reducing it or limiting it is probably a good idea. I tend to not like overly strong motion blur.
It's a massacre.
He'll stop at nothing, Clive. Nothing.
A little bit does help the visuals of the game sometimes, especially during like the action moments, but when you have a lot of action and there's a lot of motion blur going on, it can feel a little disorienting. Also, the whole reason that we're here is because our man Hugo is trying to lure out Clive. So he's attacking his old hometown, trying to lure him out of hiding.
Why do this?
Clive,
I just said why.
we can get through here.
Some opponents will cast spells to raise defensive barriers around their allies. This shields them from melee attacks. When engaging protected targets identified with the shield icon above their heads, avoid using your sword. Instead, employ magic to quickly and efficiently dispel the barrier.
Murderers!
There's only one fitting punishment.
Punishment by death. Alright. Guess that's it then. This place looks like shit.
I yield! I yield!
I think he's dead.
Look what we have here.
Gentlemen!
Give me this game!
That was easy. They're making a big show of it like they're gonna do something. These are just standard peons after all. Oh, I was wondering what that was. I wasn't sure if it was like a magic cannon and it would like charge through the rock, the crystal, and fire off something, but no, it's like a catapult. This crystal's supposed to be unstable or something.
With me, then! For the Emperor! Out of our way!
I didn't see who this spellcaster was. I think it's this one. Not what I meant. Thought I was on this one. Nope. Oh, this guy's still alive? What?
It's over.
Take these guys out quicker than normal. You know what? Let me just... sound of thousands of barks at once. Well, thank you. I don't know that there's going to be too much to pick up around here, unfortunately. Seems like a fairly linear little town. Otherwise, I'd kind of take a look around, see if there's anything. What the hell? Okay. Just knock me on my ass, then. Why is this guy so big? Shit. See if I can take care of him quick. Kinda worked. There's so much shit going on, it's hard to tell what he's gonna do. Also, I'm not used to this enemy type, this stupid sand blast or whatever that is. Kind of a pain in the ass.
That's better.
Okay. Performance-wise, this area seems like it's a little bit on the rough side. Got some slowdowns, feeling a little sluggish here and there. Oh look, it's actually a treasure chest. Thank you. I'm sure it's gonna get worse from here on out.
Get out of my city or die. Fire and flame.
Alright, not terrible. Still want to see if there's a spot or somewhere I can go, because it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot you can do in terms of like the open world and finding spots to like grind in. I mean, you keep repeatedly coming back and doing like some of the smaller enemies.
Castle. It ends there.
The bigger stuff, not too much to it. That's why kind of the hunts are one of the better things to go after, because you get a decent chunk of experience for doing those. I just want to unlock abilities, and you know, some of those major ones. That Judgment Bolt one I got, I think I unlocked it last stream. That's been one of the biggest boons for battling so far. I've got a handful of little accessories and stuff too. Haven't really been paying too much attention to them. I want the experience one for sure. I don't know, maybe I could sacrifice attack if anything. Let's see. People still got fireworks. I'm assuming... Okay, that's accessory 2, accessory 3... Pile drive, rather. Increased by 10%. Healing potency of potions by 40%. Whoa. That's a hell of an increase. Okay, we definitely want that one. I don't need 2 of them at once. Oh, I see. Okay. I just thought these were like inventory things. I thought it was telling me like the level of them. But I guess maybe the color probably has more to do with that. Temporarily increase attack proficiency of each precision dodge. That actually might not be too bad. Sometimes I gotta rack up a decent amount of precision dodges, so could be pretty good. I think this was the one I got. Honestly, see, I don't know what pile drive is. Holy crap. Increased defense by 30. Should have been looking at some of this stuff. I think I'm going to try that one, though. Still kind of want the experience one, but boy, did I get into one that does a better experience percentage increase? Alright. My experience points looking okay. Boy, tough call. I kind of want to get a better ability for the Garuda attack because the 2 I got, I'm not terribly thrilled about. Using that one, and I'm using this one, Gouge, and the Wicked Wheel. I mean, you know, they're okay, they're serviceable, but they ain't great. I don't really like the Rook's Gambit one either, because it's like a full ability attack, and it's used for countering and dodging. Don't know if I'm on board with that. Judgment Bolt, I could upgrade that, which I'm tempted to do. But, that would be like nearly all of my experience points. Or I could get a nice 3rd attack in. I guess Judgment Bolt does enough for me now. This doesn't do a ton of attack damage, which seems like a lot of the Garuda stuff doesn't do all that much attack damage. It has more to do with like stunning. All these cunning stunts. Alright, let's try the aerial blast, I guess. And yeah, I'm gonna make the square attack aerial blast. Alright. I think that's good enough for right now.
He's here! Remember, we take him alive!
I'm going to try it out right now, actually. Just to see. Oh, I keep pressing X. It's like going in a direction that I don't want it to. Is there a way to fix that? I mean, those 2 guys in there now are having a hell of a time, but I would have rathered that they, you know, kind of all gotten hit. Just gonna focus on the ones that don't. Oh, son of a bitch. Where is the, okay, here we go. Take out that mage real quick.
Set her loose.
Uh-oh. Another cat to deal with. Yeah, it's Carl. Carl is his name. Hey, thank you for that, Lark Magus. I appreciate that. What was the Garuda attack? The tornado? Yeah.
Attack!
This big tornado attack that didn't seem to work out so well. Carl's whiskers. So we've already fought a big cat type enemy, so it looks like it has fairly similar attack patterns. Shit. I don't even know what happened there. Get down here. I was wondering why he's getting all flamed up for the precision dodges, but I guess it must just be because of the amulet I got, or the extra or whatever. Little accessory. Alright, it's a little more damage than I've done.
It's building up to something.
We need to stop it. Whatever it takes.
I needed that.
Oh, come on.
It's down.
Let's make this count.
Nope, a little bit late on that.
Nice try. I needed that.
Shit. I didn't even realize that I had this charged up. Alright, suck it. Oh. The only real bad thing about that was the electromagnetic storm or whatever it was. And of course we get a curl whisker. It's typically a drop from these things, if and when they even drop anything related to them.
Jill!
We meet at last, Sid. Or should I say, Lord Rosfield? I've been looking for you for a very long time.
Let her go, Kuka.
I'm so glad you accepted my invitation. I went to some trouble with the decorations. Do you like what I've done with the place?
All right, one analogy is good enough. This guy's a real card, a real joker.
Such a pity your predecessor couldn't join us. But I am sure you will prove compelling company. Be still, little snowflake. I would not have you melt before your starring moment.
Fuck.
All these guys seem to like their little hand gestures.
Now, on to the festivities.
That's just great, that is.
At least Gav got
It's
out.
up to me, then.
I was wondering why he came along. It's like there's got to be a point to him, and not anyone else. He was pretty insistent that he go.
Headsman!
Where do you want me?
You! Bring the prisoner!
Yes, no more than she deserves for getting into bed with an outlaw.
We should get into mine.
Lord Kupka commands your presence. You're to bear witness to the girl's execution.
Such a waste.
Ooh. Get in there, Gab. Show him what's up. Watching me play makes you feel like you've been playing the whole game wrong.
Gav!
That might not be a good thing. Could have some unorthodox styles.
Crystal fetters are a bastard to open, just so you know. Don't worry, I'll have them off before you can blink.
Where's Jill?
In the courtyard.
Shit.
I don't know what those cuffs
We
do.
have to hurry.
They look like they
The
freeze or
Imperials
something.
have sounded the retreat and cleared out of the castle. But the place is still swarming with Kupka's men.
Leave them to me.
I'll make my way up top and circle round the back. Quick as you like, eh?
Oh. Thought he forgot which
forgot.
direction he had to go. Thanks, Gav.
Hold on, Jill. I'm coming.
When I hear or read people talk about playing this game, boy, it sounds like, there's a lot that I'm missing too. So I don't even
I
know
have to get to the courtyard.
the full extent of what could be done with this. But a lot of people talk about synergies, and I guess you could combine different attack styles. I don't know if that's something that comes into play later, or if that's something. Where the hell did Gav go? He ran this way. Oh, maybe he went up there. Huh. Okay, that's weird. But anyway, yeah, it seems like there's a lot of different I don't know if strategies or like customizations or what it is, but yeah, there seems to be something I'm either missing or something I haven't unlocked yet. But for right now, I'm making do. Trying to use abilities as much as possible, considering some of them just do kind of regenerate relatively quickly. So, usually gets things taken care of a little bit faster. That and boosting it with your power mode and everything seems to get the trick done a little bit better as well. Oh, and of course the mid stagger gauge Garuda Talon pull. That was what I was missing when we first got that ability, but now I seem to have gotten the hang of things. Oh, getting ready for an execution. My forefathers are smiling upon me, Imperial.
Because we are fucked if you don't.
Just run in there. Ah.
It's a bloody wolf!
Oh. Since when can he do that? Okay, I guess that was something new. Did he turn into Fenrir?
Jill, can you stand?
Come, Lord Rossfield. Don't tell me you tire of my entertainment.
Enough!
For being execution, I figured there'd
Perhaps
be
it
more
is
of an
time we
audience.
served the main repast. I trust you are hungry!
Need this?
Much obliged.
Stay close. We're getting out of here. And Toggle, thank you.
Little executioner.
Explain what the fuck your dog just did.
Later, everyone. With me. That includes you, Toggle.
Don't attack me now. Okay, I think it's just the big axe man left. Shit. Nice. Got a parry on that.
Nice try. Too slow.
Who invited you losers?
Nice try.
Where did this lot come from?
Jill, can you still fight?
So we almost got him down. Just from all that. Ah. Shit. Shit. Ah, I'm getting stun locked. Alright, fine. Stop focusing on the executioner for a second because these guys are pissing me off. Shit. No, not him! Oh, you idiot. Wasn't super flashy, we got the job done. I would have been able to pull him down and get him like half staggered if I wasn't focusing on the
Excellent.
mage.
Then Lord Kupka's reward shall be ours.
Oh, these guys.
Bad news always came in threes.
Let them come.
Yeah, these guys are a pain in the ass.
Over here.
See, I hate that attack. See, I know that's the desired effect for him, but still. Stop being such a pain in the ass, goddamn. Of course, I get hit by the sand blast from behind. You guys really need to stop with that attack. Jesus. Actually, hold on. I had expended most of my abilities from before, so it didn't exactly work out, but...
This one. Let's try. Get him. Too slow.
Right. Well. That was definitely hectic. But not terrible, I guess. Nothing too unique.
It's over.
For now. But I bet that wasn't the last of them. And they won't stop hunting us until Kupka's dead. So you get in there and finish the job, eh?
Go on. If they come again, we'll hold them back.
All right. But be careful.
Take a quick look around, see if there's anything around here that might be helpful. Probably not. Just checking to see if there's anything in the brush. Why does anyone explain what's happening with Torgal? Actually, let's take a look at that. Let's see. His faithful friend, who was fiercely protective of him and his allies. When Jill came close to death in the courtyard of Roslith Castle, something awoke within him, transforming Torgal into something akin to an icon. Interesting. What's up with Hugo? Permanent economic advisor to the Dalmekian Parliament and dominant of Titan. He has little love for his country, taking advantage of his position to benefit himself and himself alone. After learning that Sid the Outlaw, the man who slew the love of his life, been addicted to Harmon and still lives, he tasks his personal guard with capturing and torturing bearers in order to draw out his nemesis to take his revenge. We'll put that to a stop. Jack shit around here. Actually, I don't know, depending on how far we get inside the castle, there might be something of note in here.
I promise you, Sid. You'll die by my hand.
That's mostly what I was looking for, was just some potions. Not really expecting anything major here. Just replenish my used ones during that last encounter.
Kuka.
You're late. Trouble on the way.
Just enjoying your entertainment.
How gratifying. Have you come to defend your father's throne, Lord Rosfield? The Grand Duchy of Rosaria. A realm without a ruler, an army, even a people. A veritable kingdom of dust. Truly, I see no throne to defend.
No!
It was unnecessary. Perfectly good throne.
Enough of your games, Kuka. Just tell me what you want.
Sid's head in a box. Imagine my disappointment when I learned that he met his end at the hand of another. And my relief to learn that you had taken up his thrice damned name. Your master slew Benedicta Harmon and defiled her body. If you choose to bear that murderer's name, then you shall answer for his crimes.
The only crimes I shall answer for are my own. Sid did everything in his power to save that woman, though she was long past saving. And so I did what he couldn't. It was me all along, Hugo.
It was me, Austin!
It was you.
I need that sound clip. I don't have nearly as many Vince McMahon sound clips as I should.
You killed her.
I did.
Gonna cry?
Then I am fortunate indeed. I had thought the most I could wish for was to take the life of one he loved, just as he did to me. But it seems I was wrong. And I shall have my revenge. We shared a dream! I would be the king of the world! She would be my queen! And together, we would rule like the gods we are! But you crushed that dream, ground it into dust! Hear me, Rosefield! You will pay for what you've done. I'll tear you apart with my bare hands!
And what of you? How many people have you killed? How many dreams have you crushed? You're not the only one who's seen their world fall apart around them. You'll get no pity from me, Kupka. No pity. And no mercy. Now die!
Thanks.
This time, land! What becomes of those who dare to cross me?
Cross! I'll kill you!
Watch out for that. Sometimes he does that follow-up move. It seems like more often than not, actually. Get you down. That was a little close. Pretty good string going on there. I don't know if I got 20 precise dodges in a row necessarily, but that was pretty damn close. Last time I looked at it, I saw like 19 or something.
By my hand, Crossfield. My hatred for you is unending. Unyielding. Let this palace be your grave!
I don't think it's funny.
Has chosen. I am in my element. There's no escape.
Ah. I mean, he probably could have done that before anyway.
Always been my domain.
Going for 3 attacks now. Can't even tell what the hell's going on. There's too many pyrotechnics. Probably should have done some magic on that. Yeah, I'm not looking so great.
You beg for death.
Jesus. Hey. Thank you, Bidone. I didn't even know you were streaming. I appreciate that raid. Oh my god. Thank you. Welcome in. We're doing some Final Fantasy 16. I don't know what you were streaming, Bidone. You might have been playing the same thing. I know you've been playing this game of late. But kind of kicking it with some of the Smite and Diablo 4 as well, I've been noticing. I appreciate the raid. Thank you. Playing the same thing? Are you pretty far? Are you further than me? Oh shit. This guy's still doing attacks that I haven't seen yet. Okay. At least it's not going to be any spoilers. Seems like a lot of people, especially last week and the days prior to that when it was still sort of really new, people were like, oh, can't watch, sorry. No spoilers. We've been making steady progress. I've been doing like 3-hour streams every couple days or so. So I don't know how long this game is, but I get the feeling like we might be halfway through or so. I don't know what this guy's doing. Ugh. Best fight in the game so far. I've enjoyed... Oh shit. Okay. I've enjoyed a lot of the fights too. This one has been pretty good so far though. There's a lot to it. It's very dynamic.
That's better.
But a lot to keep track of. Yeah, the boss fights are the highlight of the game. I don't even know what's going on. How do I avoid that? I guess I just have to dodge at the right time. Let's go for 4. Wait a second, did this dagger gauge recharge? Oh, goddamn. Stop doing a million things at once. Of course, it goes for 4 now. That one's a little rough. Not gonna lie. He goes for 4 now. I'll have to do this just to get some health back up. Almost forgot he did 4, and then I remembered at the last second. I cannot get the timing of that one right. Mistimed it. Mistimed all of them, except for the first one. Ah, and that's the one that's hard to avoid. Oh boy. Well, there's usually a checkpoint like in the middle of the fight, so I'm sure it's not going to be terrible, but yeah, it's getting a little dicey. We were close. It was close. There's a decent amount of his attacks that, God, they require some pretty precise timing, so. I think they are very generous with the checkpoints, though, so. I feel like I had it that time too. But yeah, the checkpoints are super generous. I mean, look, his health bar is over halfway down. I've got full potion, full health, full limit break gauge. Oh, you know what? I always forget there's a jumping button. I wonder wonder if a jump button would help. Nice time to stagger. Hey, it worked. Still, I feel like it would require pretty precise timing regardless, but because you don't get a whole lot of air on that jump. What's up, Pre-Law? Thanks for stopping by. Same goes to old Hugo there. See ya, asshole. Got a Earth Shard. The icon Titan made manifest. Crystals as heavy as a marble can be heard to emit a soft hum when held to the ear. Thank you. Clive didn't even have to change into Ifrit. Well, that sucks now, doesn't it? Famous last words. Oh, I thought he was doing some kind of attack. I think Clive is absorbing, as he has done.
I'll kill you! I'll kill you!
I want to get them stumps cauterized first. You know, I was thinking that was going to happen. Oh, I thought it fell on top of him. Rip hands, usually hands rip. That is true.
I'll fucking kill you.
There. You mustn't get yourself worked up.
Wait!
Another time, Mythos.
What'd you call me?
Is that all of them?
I think so.
Well, load of scum. Who the fuck invited them? Not that that's the biggest surprise we've had today. Where did you learn to do that, Torgal? Not telling, eh? Suit yourself.
Gav, we have to find Clive.
Right, sorry.
You missed one.
We were worried.
So was I. I was so close. If it hadn't been for my gift, I would have finished him.
I'm just glad you got out of there alive.
When did the Royalists arrive?
Right after you went inside. Just when we thought we were shot of Titans lot. In pile Odins. Not enough of them to worry us, though.
No. You didn't see the one who took Kukra away.
So, what? You think they came here to save him? Well, I'll be fucked if I know what's going on, but every minute we spend racking our brains, that bastard's getting further away.
I mean, he is a dominant. I could see whereas it might be handy to have him in
So
your
what do we
debt,
do?
perhaps.
We go back to the hideaway. I'm too tired to think. As are you, by the looks of it. And after what Jill's been through. Let's worry about Kupka later, shall we?
Aye. All right. It'll give us a chance to solve the riddle of your magic mud, too. Hey, how you feeling? Ready to go home?
No other choice. Back to the hideaway we go.
Just look at the state of you. You're more of a wreck than this place. Is this what you call taking better care of yourself? No more excuses, your ladyship. I order you to rest. Fine. I'll rest.
Don't worry, Gav. She's in good hands.
But we should have never let her fall into Hugo's. Back when he had some like. The question is, where is he now?
And what the hell were those royalists doing there?
I was wondering about that all the way home.
Otto may have heard something. I'll talk to him.
And I'll talk to Tomes.
The lawsman. About what?
About your faithful hound for a start. If any four-legged friend's ever done that before, I'm betting Tomes will have read about it. But what I want to know is, what happens afterwards? It's all well and good Torgal saving our arses, but if it costs him what it cost Jill...
Right. Let me know if you learn anything.
Will do. And you do the same, eh?
Jill, listen to Taya.
I will. Thank you.
Bolts from the blue. Power of Earth. Clive has claimed a portion of the Icon Titan's essence. Attuning with Titan not only changes the elemental aspect of Clive's magic spells, but also allows access to several new iconic abilities, such as Wind Up, a singular strike that increases potency when charged. And the ability details are found in the Abilities tab in the main menu. Titan's Feet. Titan's iconic feat, Titanic Block, can be used to fend off most incoming attacks. Use square immediately after a perfectly timed precision block will initiate a devastating counter. Interesting. Might be cool to use.
Otto, is now a good time?
It's not a bad one. How's Jill doing?
She's been better. Taya's making sure she gets the rest she needs.
Good.
Any word on Kupka's movements?
Vivian's doing what she can to try and track him, but she's feeding on scraps. We've sent ours out to the Cursebreakers and their other friends in the West, asking them to keep their eyes peeled for anything unusual. No leads yet, but it's only a matter of time.
Right. Let me
See,
know
like,
when you find something.
Moogle in the background.
There he is. All right, Clive.
Who are you?
Still busy saving the world.
Oh my god.
Mid. When did you get back?
It's a hell of a braid.
Just now.
What about your studies?
Adjourned. Since Hugo Kupka invaded Rosaria. All the canvassers in uproar about it. He's gone mad. He's turned rogue. It'll be us next. You try concentrating with all of that.
All right, you win.
How long will you be staying this time?
Dunno. A while, most likely. Any road, while I'm here, I was hoping you could do us a favour.
Mid. You can't just expect me to...
Please, oblige her. While we are busy tracking down Kupka, you should have a little time to spare.
Professor! Now there's a face I haven't seen in a while. Shouldn't you have it buried in a dusty old tome?
I did, till a familiar trill pricked my ears. As ever, your exuberance is a breath of fresh air, which successfully scattered the painstakingly assembled fragments of my thoughts.
I'll take that as a compliment. Well, Clive, you heard the professor. So, I'll meet you in the storeroom when you're done.
Wait, hold on. Breath of fresh air? Bloody tempest, more like.
Oi, Otto, you got my gill?
Huh? What are you on about?
My fee for bringing Mid across. She said you were paying.
That little...
Sure, Clive could cover it.
Was it? I wonder what Mid's plotting.
Mid's kind of a weird name, especially since it's like
Shouldn't you be getting some
new
rest?
age slang now.
You took your time.
I'm a busy man, Mid.
I came here immediately.
I'll get to the point then. I want to turn the room down there into a workshop like the one I had at Dad's place.
Mid, you've only just come back.
And I've been thinking about it for a while. Dad said I had a knack for engineering. Told me everything he knew about it. Then sent me off to Canva to learn everything he didn't. That was his dream for me. That one day I'd put my studies to use for the good of the cause. But I'm helping no one stuck at school. I've studied enough. It's time I put my knack to work. I know that I can help the people here. and I want to do it.
Well, well, well. If Sid could see you now. All right. I'll tell Otto you'll be staying.
I knew you'd say yes. Which is why I wrote up a list of jobs for you.
For me?
Who else?
What do you want me to do?
First things first, I need equipment and materials to start making my own. There's the designs for the stuff I need, and the stuff it needs smithing from. The other materials I can work myself. Just need a generous benefactor to lay them on for me. Apart from the wood, I'll need a carpenter for that, but I can just borrow yours.
Is that everything?
For now. I'll let you know if I need out else.
More fetch quests from the sound of it. Got plenty of these in the side quests.
Start. Materials and tools. That means Karen and Blackthorn.
Sid's gonna chop off Kupka's head this time.
Well,
You were born in Rosalie.
just as well, we got some new crafting recipes, it looks like, so... I didn't catch if there was new items in the shop. Let me stop the shop first, see if there's anything I could buy. Off limits. Can't go in the back storeroom.
Was wondering where you'd got to. Mid's back from Canva. Have you seen her?
Just now.
Unfortunately, yeah.
She's planning to set up a workshop in the stores and ask me to buy her some materials. Here's the list. Think you can find everything on there?
This lot. Wouldn't be much of a trader if I couldn't.
Excellent. As for
Excellent.
payment,
It's paid 100 times over by what that girl's done for us. If it weren't for her filters, we'd have naught to drink but blight water, and that would have drained the life out of us long ago.
indeed it would.
I'll send the stuff on to Mid when it comes in.
Thank you, Karen.
Thinking about it, maybe we should take a look at the lore book. Midadol Telamon, daughter of Sid. Oh, I wasn't even aware. Student of engineering at the University of Canberra. From a young age, Mid showed the same passion for invention as her father, even greater aptitude. She is as well versed in the secrets of modern and fallen technology as any scholar in the Twins. It means to put that knowledge to use in service of the Hideaway. Well, I have been commenting that it does look like they are taking refuge inside of an airship, so would not be surprised if she was the one that would get it working. It's a shame that I don't think she was introduced at any point beforehand. You'd think, for as big of a character as Sid was, probably would have let us know that he had a daughter, but oh well.
Well, don't just stand there gawping.
I'm not. Taking a look at what you got. Hunter's waistcloth. It's so expensive for being not so great, but I guess I do have a +2 platinum belt, so maybe we can upgrade it.
You're rubbing me blind, you know. It'd better all be here.
Let's see. Increases gil earned by 35%. You don't get a ton. I've made my complaints about not being able to get that much gil in the past, but I honestly, I mean, outside of just like the necessities, like potions, which there's only so much you can choose from, don't really need it all that much. This is like one of the few Final Fantasy games I could think of where you don't really need a whole lot of money for anything.
I reckon I can find a buyer. I'll be thankful you got that much. You got out else? Finished, are you?
Blackthorn, you busy?
What's it look like?
I have a commission for you. From Mid. She requires certain tools. Do you think you can make them?
Bloody hell. What's she planning to build with this stuff? An airship?
She just might. Or at least repairing
See what
one.
I can do. Till I'll bring them over when I'm done.
My thanks. And Mid's, no doubt.
Hey, don't you walk away, we're not done yet.
That just leaves the carpenter. Let's see if Bardolph's available.
Live. What do you want?
Can make grindstone.
Not bad, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, let's equip it now, why not? Drake Slayer's belt. I could upgrade that Hunter's waistcloth I just bought, but looks like this might end up being a little bit better.
Should last you a good while.
Gelatinous mass and scarletite. I don't know where I got the scarletite, but I just used that on the belt. Gelatinous mass sounds weird. Let's see if we can reinforce any of this. Can't do it with the thing we just made. Oh shit, I already had Hunter's waistcloth. Damn. I did not know. And that's it. Alright.
Fine.
It's all right.
Jill looked white as a sheet when they brought it.
Yeah. She does have an ice-themed icon. Might look a little chilly on occasion.
Do with a good oil in this, could?
Should be enough to keep... How do, Master Sid?
Bardolph. Mid's looking to build a workshop.
Thank you for your long.
Room, and she needs the aid of a skilled carpenter. So naturally I thought of you.
Well, I'd love to help the young miss however I can. But I'm afraid I got my hands full just keeping this place afloat. There's holes need patching, and if I don't patch them, we'll all of us sink into the mere. I'd gladly spare Mid all the time I have, but the sad truth is, I ain't got none.
I see.
It don't have to be me, though, does it? What about that other fella? You know, the one over at Martha's Rest. Bernard, was it?
That's right. And he is a friend of the cause. I'll ask Martha if she can spare him. Thank you, Bardolph.
Least I could do.
Seems to be. You just told us to go find someone else. I would say that's about fits for the least I could do. At least we can warp right into the town. Hey, you know Bernard?
Ah, Clive, what brings you to the Rest?
Our home finds itself in need of an extra carpenter. I wondered if I might be able to borrow Bernard for a short while.
I don't mind if he don't. We're all friends here, aren't we?
Thank you, Martha. Do you know where I might find him?
He went up to Cressida on business. No idea what, mind. Place is a ruin. Far as I know, he's still there.
I'll look for him there then.
Wait, where? Goddamn. Oh, yeah, I kind of remember that spot, too. There was anyway, some sort of blockage in front of that path, so couldn't access it before, but maybe that's why he's there. Maybe he's trying to clear it out. Let's take a look at the chocobo since we haven't had an opportunity to do that yet. Oh my god. It appeared right in front of me. Good to hear this game's chocobo music. Which seems kind of subtle. Honestly, I wasn't listening too much when we had first unlocked this thing, but... yeah. Seems very mellow. Actually, I wonder if this isn't just the natural overworld music. Oh yeah, there's a bridge here. There wasn't one before, so... guess that's what he was doing.
If it ain't the lad who saved my life. What brings you to a place like this?
You do, Bernard. Martha said I might find you here. I have a proposition for you.
Oh, do you now?
You come to work for us, and... that's it. Nothing else to it.
Building a workshop, you say? Well, that beats tacking boards to bridges, sure enough. And if Martha didn't mind me being gone a while, then neither do I. You just tell me where you want me.
That's the spirit.
It's a secret spot. I'm gonna have to blindfold you.
I couldn't ask a favor, though, could I? Before we go?
Of course.
Well, that there is Cressida, where I grew up. Ain't much left of it now, though. Except my parents' graves. But I came up here hoping to visit. I even patched up the bridge to get across. Only to find the place crawling with fiends. But you're a dab hand when it comes to dealing with beasts and bogles, ain't you?
A dab hand.
Any chance you could,
It's the least I can do.
These hands be dabbing.
Thank you kindly. And take care.
Oh, yeah, we didn't actually get a good look at the sword yet, did we? It's a little unorthodox. Oh, when'd you get here? I didn't even know Torgal was following us, but I guess I did run up onto the chocobo immediately. Probably disappears.
This shouldn't take long.
Oh, can you only equip 3 elements at a time? Damn. Had I known that, I probably would have equipped Titan.
Stay down! Garuda!
Taking his time getting down here. Oh shit. Except for that last part. get out of there real quick. Yeah, the tornado is supposed to follow him. See, when I had activated it when we had all those soldiers we were fighting, it's like, for whatever reason, it seemed to be stuck. I don't know. Maybe it just was just following the handful of people that it already caught. But it's like right there, it actually moved to chase after the Ivor here. Oops, sorry. Accidentally bumped the pop filter. Dragon Talon. Don't get those too often.
That should do it.
You made short work of that lot. Thank you, son. Now my folks can rest in peace once more.
How long is it since the village was abandoned?
Just noticed the scarecrows look a little bit like
Started
black
packing
mages.
their things after the duchy fell.
Traditional
Between
ones.
the Blight and the Imperials, you just couldn't make ends meet. Must be nigh on a decade since the last wagon left. Though it may as well have been a century, looking at the place. This isn't the Cressida I remember.
I'm sorry.
Ah, don't be. Can't live in the past, no matter how nice it might have been. Soon as I'm done saying a prayer for those that raised me, it's onto your hideaway. I'll meet you there.
That should take care of Mid's little list. Better head back before she thinks of anything else.
Let's take a look around here and see if there's anything that'd be decent to pick up. They absolutely are. Look at that. Look at the hat. And then the face with the beady little yellow eyes and a blue cloak covers up to the mouth. Gotta get that design in somewhere, yeah? I'm kind of hoping at some point we get like a modern take on that. But still, you know, it keeps the traditional stuff. Like the completely blacked out face and the glowing yellow eyes. I guess when we get that supposed Final Fantasy IX remake, we could see Vivi looking like that. But updated. I'm gonna worry what the designs will look like actually if that ends up going through. Supposedly they're thinking of remaking 10 as well. I hope they stick with the turn-based combat. If they want to add stuff to turn-based combat, that'd be great. But still, I would want something traditionally Final Fantasy. There's not a ton of turn-based RPGs anymore. I guess for a while there just wasn't a need for them. There's been so many, but a lot of these action RPGs, sometimes they're okay, but something missing. I like that strategizing that at least a good turn-based RPG can give you. And granted, with a lot of the Final Fantasy games, sometimes that just kind of tends to be boss battles. But, you know, even then, still so many boss battles in a video game that it feels like a regular occurrence. I think the most frustrating times that turn-based RPGs can get is usually when you're just grinding or going from point A to point B, and there tends to be like never-ending encounter rates. Random encounters seem to be a thing that pisses a lot of people off. And, you know, sometimes myself included. I've played kind of the worst of them. On stream as well. We've done Skies of Arcadia and Breath of Fire 2, both of which had insane random encounters. Just constant. 2 steps, literally, sometimes. Running from battle to battle, so I understand the frustration, but you get that quelled, if something could be a little bit more rebalanced, you know, trade off less frequency for more experience, and it'd be easy to do. A lot of times, especially since those games are kind of on the older side, well, at least in Breath of Fire 2's case. Maybe not necessarily Skies of Arcadia. I think it had moved on beyond that point. But a lot of times with those RPGs, I mean, that was just to kind of beef up the gameplay time. More gameplay time meant, back in those days, more rental time.
All right, Clive, you've all done then.
I am. I've placed your various orders, and a carpenter by the name of Bernard is on his way from Martha's Rest.
That's brilliant. Thanks, Clive.
Is there anything else you need?
Nope. Blackthorn and Lady Karen have already sent over everything I asked for, and I've got all my plans drawn up. So as soon as Bernard gets here, we can get to work. I can't wait.
Apparently not. And back then, more rental times meant more demand for the game. More demand for the game meant more purchasing of the game. So we try to squeeze that penny out of every orifice. But that was kind of the idea behind it. Same thing with difficulty levels. That's why a lot of the old Nintendo games were as hard as they were, especially in the States. A lot of times you'd have Japanese versions of games that were a lot easier because the rental business wasn't as big over there. But with it being as huge as it was in the States, you bump up the difficulty level. It makes a lot of people want to rent the game over and over again, see if they can beat it. So, sort of the idea behind the industry. Breath of Earth, wind up, reduce wind up cooldown by 3 seconds. It's not a whole lot of time, might not be worth it.
That's my good deed for the day done. Let's see how Jill's faring.
Go visit the infirmary. Looks like some side quests have popped up. I'm gonna make a save here, I guess. See kind of how it goes. So I want to take a look at these Titan abilities as well. I need to see how to... Should I take a look at that? I guess we could change them here. Yeah. I'm wondering which one... I don't know. I think it might have to be Garuda. The only thing is, Garuda is handy when it comes to, like, the stagger. I guess I could do without it. It's not the end of the world, but... You know, when you break the stagger gauge, you get down to about half. Not break it completely, but you get about half. And then you could use that pull attack. Give yourself a few extra good hits. Sometimes that can help reduce the stagger gauge after that quite a bit, because you could use an ability, and like a long-standing ability that does like a lot of attacks, and it'll kind of shred it if you get real good with it. But I am curious to see how Titan performs. So I think I'm going to slot out Garuda, because that's the one that's kind of like the least handy right now. So that seems to be the wind up. Punch forward, hold to wind up attack, further increasing potency. Slam fist to the ground, dealing damage to all enemies within range. Hold button to increase range, can be used in midair. Can master that. It's only 800 to master, why not? Might be handy. Step forward, deliver a look at that. Blinding flurry of high-speed punches. That is a blinding flurry. Good lord. That looks pretty cool. I might like that a little bit better than the wind-up. I already kind of have... Well, I guess without the Garuda ability, I've got one sort of all-area attack, so I wonder... Maybe I ought to switch it out with this one, since I like the look of this one. But it might not be terribly different from the wind-up. We've got the Earthen Fury, causing the land to surge upwards, sending nearby enemies flying. It's a 4-star damage rating. I'm sure that's pretty good, but... Let's change this one out for the Raging Fists. We'll see. If it ends up being really good, I might switch it out for Rama.
Ah, Clive.
Talia. How's Jill?
Recovering, but she still needs her rest.
Of course. Take good care of her, won't you?
I'll do my best. Oh, Gav was looking for you. He said he had something to show you in the shelves.
The shelves. Oh, that's right. He went to ask Hippocrates about Torgal. He must have found something.
Oh, the old guy.
Here, what's everyone whispering about?
His hat. Visit this guy every once in a while, but not too often. Like I said, I think he's the one you tell him stuff, and then you get expansions in your lore index.
Clive, where have you been? I've been wanting to ask you something about Torgal. Where did you get him, like, in the first place?
My father brought him back from one of his expeditions into the Northern Territories. They were crossing a snowfield when they heard his cries, and seeing no sign of his pack, they took him in.
What do you reckon, Tomes?
It certainly adds weight to the theory. Clive, I believe that Torgal may be no mere hound, but a rare frostwolf, an animal native to the far northern reaches of Valisthea. In one of our oldest bestiaries, I found reference to a frostwolf who served as guardian to an ancient queen of the north. Such was his mastery over ether, he could cast magics on command. His name was Fenrir.
Oh.
Fenrir the Frostwolf.
Yeah, I was kind of right.
Now, the annals do not state it explicitly, but I have reason to believe this queen was a dominant of Shiva, a girl from the Northern Territories and her faithful hound. One awakens as the dominant of Shiva, and the other?
You're saying that Jill granted Torgal his powers?
What?
Just like Fenrir. People called him my hound, but Torgal and Jill were inseparable. He grew up as a faithful companion to the dominant of Shiva, and years later, his powers awakened, just when his master needed him the most.
You're right. If it weren't for Torgal blasting those bastards to Kingdom Come, Jill would have been for it.
Quite. Though Torgal's power is his own, his latent birthright as a Frostwolf, it had only to be unlocked.
Oh, get you, Torgal!
You're an even finer hound than we thought.
And regarding your original concern, you need not fear for Torgal's health. Why, the beast has the appetite of a behemoth. Just this very morn, I found him with his nose buried in my nuts.
There you are! I've been looking everywhere for you. Bernard's here. I need you to introduce us so we can get to work.
I shan't be a moment.
That is the sound of work.
Isn't it brilliant?
It is.
Well, I couldn't have done it without you. You and everyone else. But I promise I'll pay you back. I'm gonna work my fingers to the bone for you lot, starting right now. Just you wait. I'll make wonders like this world's never seen.
Then I look forward to seeing them. Now that that's settled, I wonder if Vivian's made any progress tracking down Kupka.
I've been down here before, so I don't really know what's changed. Or if this was even here in the first place. I don't know, but, guess I was expecting something a little more. Go away, kids. This place isn't for you.
I think I'll wait till Mid's away to take a tour of
Or dungeon. Is that what people's calling it now? A little brush up on the world history, I guess.
How goes the hunt for Kupka?
Largely in circles. We have myriad sightings of strange soldiers in unexpected places, but nothing definitive as yet. If only we knew for certain by what route he left Rosalith.
Well, keep at it. If anyone can piece this puzzle together, it's you. And I'm willing to wait as long as it takes.
And Clive's just going to stand there until she's done. Apparently so.
What? Here?
Would that be a problem?
Do you know, Clive? I believe it a mercy that you didn't inherit your father's throne. Your poor people would surely live in fear of you.
You have nothing to worry about on that front. I won't be claiming his crown.
That is a relief.
Clive, have you got a minute? We, have a guest.
A guest?
It sounds somewhat ominous.
For your trouble. It was a pleasure, in hindsight.
Uncle Byron?
Clive, my boy! Tap a cask and stoke the ovens, for your favourite uncle is here!
I wonder if he just found this place on his own accord, because if that's the case, probably got a good new hiding spot. Meanwhile, the Empire of Sanbreque, Twinside, seat of the Imperial Court. Got a lot to set up here.
The government sues for peace. How shall we respond?
If they're willing to accept their fault in the matter, I see no reason to refuse them.
Still,
Is that all that
we
kid
must
does?
insist on substantial reparations. Twinside stores are not as bottomless as reported.
Aye, and we have many more mouths to feed. We shall just have to have the Dalmex empty their treasuries for us.
Of course, none of this would have been possible without your timely intervention, Prince Olivier.
Indeed, I doubt any of us would have had the courage to trade words with the mighty Titan, nor less the wit to win him over.
The Empire owes you a great debt.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you, Your Highness.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
Very good.
These people are very contemptible.
Now, let us come to the question of precisely when the Dalmex will withdraw their troops.
Dion's fire could rid us of them in mere moments. The men of the Fist will not withdraw until a peace treaty is concluded. So let us keep the negotiations open, give them time to gather what gold and trinkets they can, and once they deliver that which we demand, what worth is a piece of parchment?
Your Radiance, were Prince Dion to take the field, the enemy would surely send their own dominant to meet him. And while His Highness would of course prevail, there would be heavy losses on both.
You need not fear Hugo Kupka. He is engaged on the Western Front. Even were the Dalmex to send for him, he would not arrive in time. As much as I would enjoy witnessing a clash between Bahamut and Titan, it is not to be.
And what of your subjects, Your Radiance?
If the fighting spread to the city proper, the people would bear the brunt of it.
There will be losses, it is true. Yet for every citizen who falls, another can be bred. For every home that burns, another can be built. The Empire will live on. Dion?
Yes, sire.
Okay. Smell good? He did this before. Flower bringer. Oh, I gave him his flower.
Prepare for battle.
But sire...
Do not make me repeat myself. Return to your camp and await my orders.
If that is your wish, your Radiance, I shall depart at once. May Gregor forgive you.
What do the astrologers augur?
The stars are in agreement, Your Radiance. The shadow of treachery hangs over Prince Dion.
So Annabella's tales were true. You disappoint me, Dion.
What on earth is Uncle Byron doing here? Only one way to find out.
Up to no good, I'm sure.
Just one thing after another around here.
Why didn't he just walk his ass all the way up here? Why do I gotta go down there? What do you want?
Ah, my dear nephew. How I've missed you.
How did you find this place, Uncle?
Through the good offices of young Sir Wade. He really is the most helpful fellow. As are you, I hear. The Guardians and those they freed tell the most outlandish tales of your heroics in Rosalith. Which is why I came, to learn the full truth of the matter. Sort the fact from the fiction, so to speak.
You were working with the Guardians of the Flame to evacuate the people of Rosalith to Port Isolde.
I was, aye.
Then I have questions for you. Please, come inside, Uncle.
Gladly. You there? There are 2,000 gold talents in those chests. See that they're added to my nephew's coffers, would you?
2,000?
And I'm afraid that is all I know.
A fleet sailing south past Port Isolde. Most intriguing.
Forgive me for not being able to tell you more. I hadn't the faintest idea Kupka withdrew wounded from Rosalith. Still less that my own nephew dealt the decisive blow.
What do you think, Vivian?
I think, with this news of the Dhalmekian fleet and recent reports of the Royalists' movements, that the final piece of the puzzle has fallen into place. Come here and I'll show you.
Oh boy. Lore time.
It is known that Kupka's forces entered Rosaria via its unguarded coast. So can the same be said of your visitors from Waloed? Certainly her Royal Navy is famed for the efficiency with which it bears her knights from one battlefield to the next. And in the Einherjar, or Black Galleon, she boasts a vessel nigh as swift and every bit as feared as the kingdom's legendary cavalry. A fitting flagship for a land apart, her naval presence being crucial to her ambitions beyond Ash. Yes, it seems safe to assume that the Royalists did indeed enter Rosaria from the sea. So then, had you a vested interest in Titan's survival, whither would you take him? Why, home to Drake's Fang, a place rich enough in ether to conjure the magics needed to mend his hurts. But would that not entail an arduous voyage around the southern cape? Let us say that the Royalists did put ashore with a mind to spirit Kupka away from under your very nose. Could that truly have been their plan for him? To load him aboard one of the ships flying Republican colors sighted off the coast near Port Isolde. To spend weeks at sea, being tossed hither and yon by unforgiving waves, his life hanging in the balance. No. The journey would mean Titan's death, and Kupka's faithful creatures would not allow it. So what then was the plan of our Waloed friends? Reports suggest they made not for the coast, but for the desert. And by cutting through the Velcroy, a party traveling light would have Titan back in his bed days before a galley could lurch into port. To wit, it was the Royalists, not the Republicans, who effected Hugo Kupka's safe retreat. I would stake your life on it.
But not yours.
So it was the Waloeders who spirited the wretch away. Now I think about it, there was something a little strange about the ships I saw. The men seemed almost crestfallen, as if in mourning, as if they believed, or were made to believe, that their master was dead.
You have a keen mind, Lord Rosfield. And you have your answer. To find Kupka, you have merely to follow the Royalist trail across the Velcroy. It may well have gone cold by now, but as they say in the Republic, all roads lead to Drake's Fang.
Allow me to accompany you part of the way. As luck would have it, I had intended to journey Canberward on business after visiting you here. The Fang would be but a short detour.
I'd be glad of the company. Give me a moment to make ready. I need to tell my friends what we've learned, and where we're going.
Very well, but be quick about it, my boy. Time waits for no man.
Alright.
Mid's finished outfitting her
Talk
little
to
work.
friend one first.
Kupka's at Drake's Fang. I'll be leaving before sunset.
You're not going in there alone, are you?
Don't worry. I'm not going there to destroy the Mother Crystal. All I'm after is Kupka's head. I won't risk any more than I have to. I promise.
What if they put him near the Mother Crystal,
The
though?
Lancer and the Fang are all Kupka's personal fiefdom. You have any trouble on the way, you ask for Rosina Dalamil. Some call her the Desert Hare.
Who is she?
An old associate of Sid's, and only Sid's. All I know is the name, and that they used to meet at the Dalamil Inn. We've heard nothing from her since he died. But I'm thinking maybe the new Sid might be able to bring her back into the fold.
Thanks. I'll keep that in mind.
So, what about your uncle? I mean, he's welcome to stay, but...
Don't look so worried. He'll be coming with me.
Thank fuck for that.
Gav, Otto, I'm leaving you two in charge.
You can count on us.
All right, Uncle. I'm ready to depart. Shall we?
We shall. Come, let us away to adventure.
Don't get too excited. Let's think of the highway for a sec, because I had made a save previously. And, other way. I had made the save thinking, you know, maybe we might just want to keep it there in case I need to go back, do some side quests before we get locked out of anything. But we've done a lot, and we're still able to kind of openly roam the world, so I'll just make a save here. Almekian Republic. I've seen the deserts in small little level excerpts, but haven't actually had the chance to roam one
I was
yet.
a young man when last I walked this path. There's an old trading post not far from here. The road to Drake's Fang leads through it.
The trading post it is.
Just imagine in the desert heat, which I currently live in, and looking at what Clive's wearing, seems miserable.
Our destiny.
Velcroy Desert. Seems kind of out of the way, but alright.
It lies over that dune, beyond the ruins. Mark
Looks
'em
like it's
well,
in the
Clive.
ruins.
It's all too easy to lose one's bearings in the sands.
To me, flames!
I'm wondering how the rock magic would work. It does look like it's ranged, so it's not strictly ground-based.
Quietly now.
Many years ago, when you were just a boy, you and I rode this way together, accompanying your father on a scouting expedition to Drake's Fang.
He let me come with you.
I'm not surprised you don't remember. It was just before Joshua was born. You were so eager to be there when your mother arrived that you whipped your chocobo too hard on the journey home and fell from the saddle. I shall never forget how Elwyn fussed over you as you sat in the sand, bawling like a babe.
Good story, Uncle. One of the ones I killed? Oh, okay. A little surprised. Sometimes the corpses don't stick around. Usually seems like they don't, actually.
Who do you think those soldiers were?
Oh. But the quest marker inside the ruins, I thought that's where the trading post was going to be. Seemed like it'd be an ideal place. It's all shaded and everything. Looks kind of nice. Guess it's further out here, though. valley.
Ah, there she is. The good old Dalamil Inn. Do you know, this heat has given me quite a thirst. Quick drink before we press on?
If it's alcoholic in nature, probably not going to help that much. What's your problem?
Look, there.
Black
Those are Ashen
chocobos.
steeds. No doubt about it.
And such a long ride from Stonehair. Our Waluda friends must be soothing their saddle sores in the inn. Shall we join them? Run along and play now, Torgal. Dogs aren't allowed inside.
Can you understand that? I guess if he's some kind of super dog, maybe he can. Honestly, they should have been wearing the hoods in the first place. Keep that sun off your head. Inconspicuous sword.
Good day to you. Eating?
Sorry about my pal. He only talks when his mouth's full. What do you recommend?
Well, if you're after something light, we do a fine chocobo soup with lentils and honey.
2 bowls of that, then. An ale.
Right you are.
Hey,
Chocobos?
Coming!
I don't have anything else. I would think that'd be akin to, like, having horse soup.
Rather be my squire?
Your Grace, it is plain you are not yet well enough to travel. If you would only let me take you to someone who can better attend to your ills.
No, we must press on. Prince Dion has returned to his camp and will soon depart for the front. I must speak with him at all costs. Miss this chance and I may never get another. You do understand that?
Yes, Your Grace. But you must at least agree to take your medicine. I'll fetch you some water.
Keep watch, they tell us. But all I see is sand.
I hear they got our guest back to the Fang without any trouble. We'll be leaving soon enough.
Why the Lord Commander dragged us all this way just to save that blockhead skin, I'll never know. Dominant or not, he's a bloody idiot.
That'll be Cooker, then.
Neither one of these guys are.
Well, let's get this down us.
They both could use a little
long
bit of
way to
lesson
go.
in the subterfuge.
You.
Me? Moi?
Sorry.
Oh, she got a magic lamp.
Can you walk, Your Grace?
What's wrong?
I fear trouble may be brewing downstairs.
You two are travelers, are you not? Me and my companions are strangers here. Perhaps you'd be good enough to accompany us a while. Help us find our way.
Sorry, lads, but we've got business in camera that can't wait.
Ah, I'm sure you could spare us an hour or two. Friend.
I was wondering what all that whispering was. Gotta get it in fast.
I'm afraid we don't have a moment to lose. Stay back, Uncle.
Gladly.
Not gonna put that axe to use?
It's the outlaw. Take you.
Try it.
Bravo, my boy! Just like that!
It's over. You.
Just gotta hold that one. That's the flurry strike one. I figured that'd just be like a single press. Needs to clean his beard off.
For your trouble. Word of advice, miss. That soup could do with a touch more salt.
Like he's gonna stick around and offer some more advice. She's not the one who made it, I would assume.
Now's our chance. Your Grace?
I'm fine.
Clive?
It's Phoenix calling out.
What is it now?
It's nothing. Let's go.
When Clive absorbs their icon abilities, I mean, it doesn't take him all, as we saw with Benedicta. She ended up getting her powers back eventually. Seemed like something needed to trigger it, but I do wonder if Joshua has retained much or any of the Phoenix. Couldn't have made it that far. I mean, he probably could have followed him out the window.
Well, we didn't know where to find Kupka before. We do now.
The Royalists said it themselves. Their guest is in the Fang. We should pray.
Oh.
Ah, they've closed the road. And it's the only way from here to the Fang. It would seem Lord Kupka is not accepting visitors at present.
We have to get through that gate.
Not by force, I trust. We've attracted quite enough unwanted attention already.
By guile, then. Perhaps the Desert Hare can offer us her aid.
Rosina Dalamil, woman of mystery. But how will we find her? We know naught of her but her name.
And that she was working with Cid. Cid's other collaborators have all been people of means, the wealthiest and most successful members of their communities. I'll wager this Rosina Dalamil is the same.
That would certainly help to narrow the search. We need only inquire as to who is in charge of the town.
And that's exactly what I mean to do.
It's not a terribly huge town.
Take for Gilbert's sake.
And I'm wondering if it'd be worth kind of looking through, but we haven't really done too much.
Anything I can help you with, travelers?
Allow me. My good man, we represent one of the oldest and greatest trading houses of Port Isolde. We're seeking to expand our business in the region and would very much like to make the acquaintance of Dalamil's leading entrepreneurs. If only we knew where to find them.
Well, we're best known for our baths, our markets, and our smithies. I suppose you could do worse than start your search at one of those.
Thank you. You've been most helpful. Oh, you wouldn't happen to know a lady by the name of Rosina Dalamil, would you?
No. I can't say I do.
Well, thank you all the same.
Useless. Speak with 1 out of 2 townspeople. That's all it takes, huh?
What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy?
No, I can't see
won't
that.
keep you long. I'm looking for someone. A woman by the name of Rosina Dalamil. Do you know her?
Never heard of her. Is that all?
One more question. If I want
I'm just
to
gonna keep
find
up
the richest
coming with
trader in
questions.
town, where would you recommend that I look?
Oh, that's easy. The Briar's Kiss. Don't find a finer smithy this side of the strait. The owner's only a young sprig, but he's got all the right ideas.
The Briar's Kiss, you say? Thank you.
I doubt this young sprig is the person we're looking for. You said Cid's contact was likely to be an influential sort. Influence comes with age and experience. Believe you me.
We're getting back to Drake's Fang anytime.
Wait, what? Just in general?
Mummy, I want to.
I guess, yeah, just around the area.
How many times?
I was heading like towards the central. Oh, okay. This guy over here.
Can I help you?
Yes, I'm looking for a woman by the name of Rosina Dalamil. A long-standing pillar of your community, I believe, from old trading stock.
Then you should ask Furder. He's been here for years. Knows the place and its people like the back of his hand. And he's in with all the old merchant families. Try the baths. That's where you'll usually find him.
Thank you kindly.
I'm gonna go to the baths.
Well, it sounds like we have our man.
Be some weird activities going on down there.
Let's go and find out exactly what this Furder knows.
Hanging lantern!
Furder.
Keep the darkness from your door!
Excuse me. Are you Furder?
I am. Can I help you, travelers?
I hope so.
Seems a little
You've lived here for
suspicious.
some time, is that correct? Do you know Rosina Dalamil? We believe she may be a trader of some renown.
And what business do you have with the desert hare?
She was a close friend of mine. I was hoping she might be able to help me.
Very well. Go to the bordello. I'll arrange an introduction.
Do you think we can trust him?
Only as far as I think he...
So you're the ones who've been sniffing around.
I beg your pardon?
I've been sniffing, getting
Don't play the fool.
big old whiff.
Stick your nose in our business and you're likely to lose it.
Man likes his nose analogies.
Stay down! Ramu!
Didn't do as much damage as I was hoping for, but it was still kind of cool. Maybe he was already dead. I don't know if it was just Uncle being in the way or if that attack didn't work at all. Interesting abilities. I think they need a little bit more power behind them, surprisingly. They don't have as much as I was expecting.
Who are you working for? Him or her?
Him. The boss. He wanted us to test you.
Though one could hardly call that a test.
Lord Furder?
Look what the cat dragged in.
Your skill with the blade is rare indeed, my lord. A fitting talent for an outlaw.
You know who I am. So what now? Call in the Men of the Rock and collect the bounty?
That isn't my decision to make. Our work is done. Take him to meet his precious Rosina. She will be interested to make his acquaintance.
Yes, my lord. To the Lock of Leisure, then.
To the Lock of Leisure.
To the Lock of Leisure.
Made from the
Take a leisurely stroll.
Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
The most fragrant herbs
The finest fabric!
Assaulted by people wanting to sell me shit. It's like I'm walking through a mall.
Is this the place?
Lubor's Forge. The Briar's Kiss.
Ah, so it was the young sprig after all. So much for Rosina Dalamil being a woman of experience. How wrong I was.
It was an easy mistake to make, Uncle. After all, it must have been years since Sid last saw her. Sorry, him. Whoever this Lubor truly is, he's clearly a man of means. I'd say he deserves our respect.
See that he gets it.
Alright, damn. Call off your dogs, sir.
Lubor, Lord Ferda told me to bring them to you.
My boys tell me you're in need of assistance. Sid the Second?
Oh.
I won't waste your time. I need passage through the south gate.
Tell me, what do you think is a merchant's most important commodity?
Stacks?
Trust. Everyone knows that. Without it, you have nothing.
Same thing.
And nothing is exactly what you have. And so, for you, I, too, have nothing. I'm not in the business of helping every lost puppy that wanders in off the street. I'm a busy man, as you can see.
You're just sitting here.
Let's leave this mummer to his farce.
I don't see
By all
anything.
means, find someone else to help you on your way.
You just said you had nothing to offer.
Just be sure to tell them you're not the two travelers from the inn the guards are looking for. Don't want them jumping to conclusions, do we?
Why, you...
So, what do we need to do to earn your trust?
I like this one. Willing to do whatever it takes to get what he wants. Ha! Men like you have a special place in my heart. Why, you ask? Because they get me what I want. Always.
Fine.
Say a weird
So
fellow,
what do
yes.
you want?
I would agree with that
Don't
sentiment.
tell me you're going to listen to this swaggering scruff.
We might as well hear him out. It's only natural that an ally of Sid's would seek assurances of strangers. Assuming he is an ally, of course. 5 years ago, he would have still been a boy.
And yet even then I had more good sense than a man, 5 times my age? But enough of the pleasantries. We were speaking of what I want. I want you to put an end to the trouble in Dalamil. Return to me when you have done so, and you shall have my aid. Until then, I bid you good day.
I mean,
What
that'd
trouble?
be potentially a large
If you're going to
order.
give us orders, be clear about them, damn you.
Manners, Greybeard. One catches more damselflies with honey than with vinegar.
What did you call me?
My apologies. A word of advice in recompense. Follow the crystals. Oh, but that was 3. Oh, I'm making this too easy for you.
He just said crystals. We might have gotten it.
It will be easy. Solving his little riddle should be like dealing with him.
Riddle?
Child's play. Let us divide our forces, Clive. I'd rather not drag this parlor game on any longer than we need to.
All right. Good luck, Uncle. I thought we were the only ones causing trouble in Dalamil.
Let's head to the entrance, see what this one is. They're just solving everyone's problems.
Excuse me. Is it true there's been trouble with crystals of late?
You've heard, then?
I've heard rumors.
Damn thieves. Pilfering the crystals that were meant to fill our cups and light our stoves. Us common folk have hardly had a shard to share between us these last few moons. And it isn't as if we can buy them on the black market either. Whoever's taking them, they aren't sharing.
Do you have a moment?
Depends what for.
Just a
That
question.
looks like he's seen enough shit.
Dalamil seems to be thriving compared to the other villages I came through on the way. Is there a reason for that?
Well, we're a stone's throw from Drake's Fang, for one. The soldiers guarding the Mother Crystal and the shipments need a place to spend their hard-earned gil. The men of the Rock throw their money about like there's no tomorrow.
Is that so? Well, thank you. Don't let me keep you from your work any longer.
Staring at that chocobo. Tough work. Most of the people that seem to be working don't seem to be doing much of anything.
A deposit.
The juiciest meat from fed birds.
Once you go flat.
You'll be begging for more. You wouldn't believe how much he gave me.
You don't go
What
bat?
can I do for you, soldier? Need that sword polishing?
I'm not a soldier.
Ugh, then be off with you. I serve the men of the Rock and the men of the Rock only.
You have an agreement with them?
Don't be stupid. I just know which side my bread is buttered. Don't want to be stuck under some pauper when
Butter
they
your
come
bread.
knocking, with pockets deeper than Zemeckis and an urge to empty them. No, just leave, will you? Before you scare them off.
I think I'm starting to get an idea of what's been going on. I wonder if Uncle Byron's learned anything of use. They'll probably be back at the inn by now.
Wait, he's actually going back there? Why? Seems like a bad idea.
It's you, the one who broke all our furniture. What do you want?
Hey, you got
Haven't you
paid.
caused enough trouble already?
I'm looking for my pal. Have you seen him?
The gentleman who was with you? Yes, he's upstairs, but
Thank you. I'll go and fetch him.
But what's that butt about? Is he drunk? Wait, we're upstairs. Guess there's a door here and here, huh? This seems like it's straying a little bit too far.
Let me treat you. I'm pretty flush these days.
Huh?
Will this suffice as a deposit?
By the sands. That's a black pearl.
One of the many treasures in my collection that I would be only too happy to part with, should you give me reason to do so.
All right. I'm sure that we can come to an agreement, but not here.
What are you doing, Uncle?
He's giving up the black pearls. That was weird. It's like he walked away and then walked back up to the exact position he was already in.
Care to explain why you're giving gifts to Kupka's men?
Bait, my boy. One cannot catch one's prey without it. And I do believe I've snagged us quite the quarry. I started by asking around the markets as to where I might purchase crystals. I had no luck, of course. It's forbidden to trade in such things. But my uncharacteristic indiscretion just happened to attract the attention of those uniformed ruffians. They took me aside and said they could procure the crystal I sought if I proved I could pay for it.
So the pearl was your proof?
I thought they'd ask for more. A second-rate specimen like that would only fetch 500,000 or so. A small price to pay for admittance to the underworld. But enough about my little act of subterfuge. What did you discover?
Somebody's actually using that word.
Crystals has dried up of late.
Here, I thought I was the only one.
People seem to think they're being stolen. Meanwhile, members of Kupka's private guard have been spending money all over town. I'll wager those soldiers you've been talking to have been siphoning off crystals meant for elsewhere and pocketing the profits.
I'll wager you're right.
We'll meet with them then, just as you arranged, and put an end to the trouble Lubor spoke of.
Ha! That preening popinjay thought this would be difficult.
Popinjay?
It just goes to show, one should never underestimate a Rosfield. We'll soon wipe that smirk off his face.
Alright, calm down,
Uncle.
Uncle.
The soldiers in a secluded corner of the Velcroy, far from prying eyes.
Perfect.
Where the hell did they want me to go? Jesus.
Place for a spot of double dealing.
I trust I can count on your support, if things turn sour.
Of course.
I get the impression that he probably can't handle himself. Although he was in the last fight that we fought, so maybe he can. Alright.
Let's go.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't realize it. Of course, prior to this stream, I had only used the Chocobo one other time, but I guess there is no Chocobo theme. It just, there's a little jingle when you first step on it, but otherwise, nothing. Just use the same overworld music that you're already hearing. Which, yeah, is fine, I guess, but sort of sucks when there's no Chocobo theme. I don't think any random battles are going to be worth it necessarily. Probably have a few to go through once we get into the nitty-gritty of this anyway, so I'm fine with skipping them for now. Well, you got off of that quick.
I'll take it from here.
I was beginning to think you weren't coming, my lord. You've brought your contribution?
All the silver and stones I could scrape together at such short notice?
You brought the whole 500 talents.
That was the price we agreed upon, yes? If you've no objections, I'd like to see the crystal.
Of course. Right this way, my lord.
Not bad at all. You weren't lying about the clarity. But what of security? If I were to be stopped on the road, what guarantee have I that it wouldn't be seized as property of the Republic?
Because these crystals are no longer the property of the Republic. You're not buying from us. You're buying from them.
And we have no more jurisdiction here than you, my lord. But we have ships, and will gladly deliver to a port of your choosing, now that our price has been met.
Royalists, eh? What brings you here?
Why, to collect their share of Drake's Fang's blessing, of course. Our nations are allies, and so they are entitled to a portion of the Mother Crystal's bounty. And being such good friends, we elected to increase that portion and share the benefits. And now that these crystals are officially property of the Kingdom of Waloed, we are duty-bound not to interfere, no matter where they might happen to end up next.
Did you get all that? They're in cahoots!
So it would seem.
Time to show up, I
My
guess.
lord, what is the meaning of this?
Double-crossing dogs. They're not here to do business. Kill them. Kill them both!
Arise!
Alright, that fist attack, when you could get the timing right, is actually not bad.
It's not over yet, Uncle!
Good! I'm just getting warmed up!
Oh, shit. Wait, that is one of the mages, though, right? Oh, maybe not. Just realized he had a sword.
Titan!
Three waves, huh?
Soil and stone!
Have a chocobo on their side. Nice. Simple enough battle. Nothing remarkable.
Well, that wasn't too bad. How'd you like my performance, huh? I've often played the villain on the stage. I think I did the role justice. Don't you?
Greybeard, you were magnificent. The battle scene was particularly thrilling. Such a shame you didn't have more of an audience, but perhaps that's for the best.
How long have you been watching?
Long enough to witness your uncle's sordid transaction. I hardly expected one so venerable to degrade himself so thoroughly, buying one's way into the confidence of degenerates. Ingenious.
This was the trouble you spoke of. The men of the Rock taking crystals meant for the common folk and conspiring with the Royalists. Well, now it's over.
Indeed it is. The people of Dalamil had scarcely any means of redress against Kupka's men, let alone a foreign army. Until you two came along, that is. Well, we'd better get these crystals back to town. You won't mind waiting with them while I fetch a wagon.
Look, this guy's like permanent smile. It's very strange and off-putting.
It occurs to me that I still don't know your name.
Clive.
So, Sid the Second. is a Clive.
What's wrong
I
with that?
suppose it could have been worse. Well, Clive, you held up your end of the bargain, so I must do the same. Passage
I
through
don't
the
like that
south
brick
gate,
behind
was
him
it
that's
not?
Z fighting.
To tell the truth, you've
Flickering
helped a little
about.
there too. Many of the guards have already been redeployed to deal with the issue of their missing comrades. And those left behind have been encouraged to look the other way should you attempt to pass through.
Thank you. And please allow me to cover your costs. You still have the purse I gave to the soldiers, I trust? I saw you pluck it from one of the bodies.
Oh, dear. Was I really so obvious?
And my name is not Greybeard. It is Lord Byron Rosfield, thank you very much.
No, thank you very much, Greybeard.
Of all the... Ugh!
Here, wear this.
Desert Rose.
Any friend
More
of mine who
seals
sees
to
you with
wear.
it shall be a friend of yours.
Thank you, Lubo.
And please, feel free to send one of my Stoluses back to your people. Tell them that Rosina Dalamil is back in bed with Sid.
Don't think we need to phrase it like that, but alright.
Omia Lostelan. Tuisakelis.
I'm trusting you, Sid. Or should I say, Clive? So be sure not to let me down. I have a reputation to uphold. Well then, I wish you a safe journey south.
Thank you.
Not at all. It was my pleasure.
Appreciate the Lorkai Kyrie, thank you.
Come on, Uncle. Let's go.
Alright. Now that that's taken care of. Actually, since we got that meteorite, that did remind me, I probably should look around here and see if there's a shop that we can actually get to. Is that up here then?
Through what I'm hearing.
It would make us fine.
Fresh bread, warm
Take a sniff, good sir. I'm good, thanks.
Lights and buds!
Sweet
The gates are magically opened.
They've opened the gate.
Lubo was true to his word.
Oh, you're the shop.
Anything I can interest you in?
Maybe, maybe not. For some reason my mic was popping. Let me see if I'm still connected. I am, okay. Breath of Lightning reduces the lightning rod cooldown time by 5 seconds. No, if it was Judgment Bolts... even if it was Judgment Bolts, I might not consider it just because I've only got 3 accessory slots and stuff I got is pretty good.
Here you are.
I don't know what Desert Roses are. Oh, I've already got 49 of them. Might not be necessary then, but maybe I'll get 11 of
My
them.
thanks.
1,000 tables orchestrion roll. 40,000, jeez. I was wondering if it might be worth it. I don't think it is.
Pleasure trading with you. Go with Gilbert.
We should get going soon. Do you have water?
Ah, I'm not too late.
What is it, Lubo?
A question that I neglected to ask earlier. Where is it that you're bound?
To Drake's Fang. To finish Hugo Kupka.
Just as I thought. Then allow me to share a secret. Drake's Fang is currently riddled with royalists. Tolmeki and Walud are allies, and as you've seen, their soldiers work hand in glove. But no nation has ever before allowed a foreign army to make a barracks of its holiest of holies.
Not by choice, at least.
And there's more. My man on the inside of the Fang has failed to report for several days. I fear there may be more trouble lying in wait for you on the road ahead.
Isn't there always?
If you're determined to beard the lion's den, then promise me one thing. That you will enter via the mines, where the guard is lightest. I've lost one Cid already. If I lose another, people will start to think me careless.
I don't plan on dying. Not before Kupka does, anyway.
Well, so long as you have a plan.
All right. To the jaw.
Drake's Fang should be just beyond these springs. Shall we press on?
It's an interesting call. It's more of a cat call than a chocobo call, but I suppose whatever works. Interesting theme. It's very low, so I don't know how well it's coming up on stream, but...
This is the spring which provides the water for the Dalamil Inn's famous healing baths. I wouldn't mind having a dip myself. If we didn't have more pressing matters to attend to, of course.
But anyway, sounds like a little electric keyboard.
Titan!
Wasn't even aiming for me.
Finest.
15 sharp fangs. Might be it. I think I'm gonna take a look any further down.
Run like the wind.
West destination nearby. Oh, okay. Nothing's really going on here, except it looks like we entered a new area.
There it is. Drake's Fang.
Oh, is that a crystal?
Kupka will be hiding inside.
Along with goodness knows how many guards, all on highest alert. You'll need to keep your wits about you if you're to reach him. So be careful.
I will, Uncle.
Before you go, Clive, allow me to apologize. After what befell at Phoenix Gate and the crisis that followed in its wake, I fled. I retreated to my counting house and danced attendance upon the vicereine in the hope it would bring me favor. I betrayed my nation to save my skin, like the coward I am. And I'm sorry.
Uncle, please.
It's not too late, Clive. Rosaria is yours by right. and there are those that would help you to take it back. Had I the courage of my brother, I might already have done so. But that ship has sailed. You, however...
No. Forgive me, but I cannot. I fight to build a new world now. A better world. Where men can live and die on their own terms. I was raised in a nation that strove to improve the plight of bearers. Only later did I realize that spark of freedom did not arise by chance, but was kindled by my father. You would see me follow in his footsteps. And that is exactly what I mean to do. Not by ruling Rosaria, but by extending his ideals to the whole of the twins. Though every soul in the realm may judge my actions heresy, I am certain my cause is just.
You really are just like him, you know? Thank you, Clive, for coming back to me. I am proud to call you nephew. Well then, this is where we must part ways. Wish me luck in convincing my Canvarian friend to share his considerable talents. I mean to plunder his coffers and prove myself worthy of a place in your merry band. Till then, my boy.
Till then, go safely, Uncle.
And you, nephew. We have much to catch up on, you and I. I shall expect you to regale me with the tales of all your adventures when next we meet. You can regale me too, Torgal.
I'm coming for you, Kupka.
Ooh. And it is a weird looking crystal. I didn't even realize it. I mean, it does look just like a mountain range, but it's fairly interesting. I'm sure while he's down there, he can go ahead and destroy the mother crystal at the same time. Like I said, they might even just bring him into that chamber, so kill two birds with one stone. It looks like we have free reign here. We could go where we want prior to doing that. So I'm going to make a save here. It does look like there have been some side quests and some other stuff that's popped up as well, so might be worth checking that out at some point. Well, you know, before we get in there, because I'm sure there's going to be a big to-do about that, and there's probably going to be, you know, locked into a story sequence for a good while, I think I'm going to call it here, and we'll go ahead and pick this up on another day, and yeah, we'll start off with a bang. Much like we did with this stream, we ended up doing something fairly eventful to start with, and then it's kind of weaned off towards the end, but it's a little opposite. That's all right. I do need to get up early tomorrow, so can't go too late. Not as late as I have been doing. So we will reconvene, maybe as soon as tomorrow. Just depends on what I'm able to do. But we're gonna go ahead and end it here. Scoob is streaming something called Solvars. I don't know what that is, but looks like it might be some kind of RPG. We'll go ahead and raid him. Call it a night. But thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it as always. Have a good night, and we'll see you next time.